Hi, this is Kathy with City Farmhouse Studio. Keep watching, I'll show you stitch by stitch and row by row how to make the Waves of Wildflowers Scarf.
So to begin with the slip knot on your hook, chain 362 chains. To help you keep count, go ahead and use stitch markers to mark intervals. That way you don't have to count 362 over and over again. Once you finish your chain, double crochet in the third chain from the hook and in each chain until you reach the end. For this piece, I am working on a shorter chain length just for demonstration purposes. Row 2, chain 3, wrap your hook twice with the yarn, and instead of going into that first, go into that chain, the first chain you made, you pull up a yarn through 2 loops, pull through 2 more loops, and then wrap your yarn twice, inserting into the same loop you just worked. Go through 2 loops, 2 loops again, and there you'll have a chain and 2 partial treble crochets. Wrap your hook twice again, count over 3, and insert into that 4th. Pull up a loop through 2, and then 2 more. Wrap your hook. This is creating the treble crochet 3 minus together. The minus means you're not pulling it all the way through to create the treble 3 together. Once you have 3 partial trebles, count over 3 stitches, insert into the 4th, pull a loop through the 2 loops twice, yarn over, and you want to make 3 partial trebles in this stitch. Now you'll see you have a collection of 9 loops on your hook, all of those partial trebles in that first chain stitch, and then you want to pull through all of those at once. Now you're going to chain treble 3 minus together, so you begin with the chain 3, yarn over twice, and insert into the loop that was the pull all the 9 together. Pull a loop through 2 loops on your hook, and go ahead and make another partial treble, and then you'll pull through all of those. Count over 3 stitches and make 1 single crochet. Now I'll start pulling on you, but don't worry, it'll lay flat. And then you repeat, starting with the chain 3, working into that first chain stitch. There we go. Make your partial treble. Repeat in that same chain stitch. Count over 3 stitches, going into the 4th after yarning over twice, pulling through 2 sets of loops. You want to work 3 trebles in each of those clusters, 3 partial trebles in each of those clusters. Count over 3. In the 4th stitch, work your next treble 3 minus together. And there you have your 9 loops on your hook. Pull through all of them, chain 3, and treble into that top cluster. Make it a partial, do that again, and then pull all 3 together. Count over 3 stitches, in the 4th one, single crochet. And you'll just repeat that until you get to the end. For your last grouping, you will end with the chain treble 3 together. That chain 3 that you first make will be like the first treble of your clusters, but instead of working a treble crochet, it's a chain. Count over 3 and you will single crochet in your last double crochet. It will start to curve, but as you block it when you're finished, it will lay out nicely. For row 3, chain 1 and turn. Your single crochet in that last single crochet, and then chain 3, and in the top of the cluster, the 4 clusters that you pull together, you will treble crochet 3 together. So in that cluster, go ahead and make a partial treble crochet 3 times, and then pull those together, including the chain 3 stitch that you worked at the beginning of the row. Chain 3 again, and in the same spot, work another treble 3 together. Each of the flowers in this scarf will have 6 petals. So for this section, your first row, row 2 actually, makes 4 clusters, your 4 leaves, and then on this top row, row 3, you will make the top 2 leaves. So each of the clusters will have 2 leaves that you're doing. So once you make your 2, chain 3 and single crochet in the single crochet from the row before. And then that's what you'll repeat, beginning with this chain 3. Wrap your yarn twice and make a treble 3 together in the next cluster. Pull together the 4 loops on your hook, and then you'll chain 3, repeating with another cluster in that loop. Once you get to the end, you'll chain 3 and single crochet in the last single crochet of the row. For row 4, chain 1 and turn, and 2 single crochets in that last chain 3 section, and make 1 double crochet. Then continue repeating 4 double crochets in each of the chain 3 sections all the way across. Once you get to the last chain 3 section, right before that last single crochet, or the beginning of single crochet of the row, you'll make 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, and then I like to slip stitch in that single crochet of the previous row, and that just kind of holds everything from moving around. Then for row 5, chain 1 and turn. And then starting in that last single crochet you made, slip stitch 8. This is how you start getting the taper on both sides of your work. You move your working spot in from the edge. The slip stitch adds just minimal material, minimal width, and then you can start working your flowers. After you slip stitch 8, chain 3, go ahead and make your first partial treble in that chain stitch again. This will be the first chain treble 3 minus together. I'm going to skip 3 stitches, make another treble 3 minus together. And for this section, instead of having 9 stitches on the hook, when you pull through, you will only have 6 loops on your hook, and you'll go ahead and pull a loop through all 6 of those loops. Chain 3 and make a chain treble 3 together. Pull a loop through all 3 of those loops, skip 3 stitches, and now you will single crochet in the next 5 stitches. After you've made your 5th single crochet, chain 3, and go ahead and make your first partial treble in that first chain that you made, and you will repeat what you had done on the previous cluster set. So a chain treble 3 minus together, skip 3, 4th stitch, another treble 3 minus together, pull a loop through all 6 of those loops, and begin your chain treble 3 together. And then you continue working along, and when you get to your last kind of edge, you're going to make that single crochet, and you will leave 5 double crochets and 2 single crochets of the previous row unworked. For row 6, chain 3 and turn, and you're going to slip stitch in the top of the first 3 cluster that is the last one that you made, and then you'll chain 3 and make a partial treble, so this you will be making another slant for your edge. You'll chain 3, go to the next cluster and make a treble 3 together, so you make 3 partial trebles. When you have the 4 loops on your hook, pull 1 together, chain 3, make another treble 3 together, chain 3, and you'll repeat this where each cluster from the previous row you will make 3 sets of treble 3 togethers and a chain 3. So continue on, and in your last set, after you have your chain 3, make 1 treble 3 together, so there I have my 3rd treble crochet partial, pull through all 4 loops on my hook, and I'm ready for the row 7. Chain 1 and turn. In that first chain section, I'll make 2 single crochets and 1 double crochet, and then double crochet in 4 times in each of the chain sections. When you get to the last section, before that 1 treble cluster, make 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, and then slip stitch in that last one. chain 1 and turn, slip stitch 8, beginning in that first single crochet. After you make your 8th slip stitch, you'll start your first, you'll begin your chain treble 3 minus together. This row is very similar to row 2. The only difference is that you have that slip stitch at the beginning. So go ahead and after that first cluster, minus together, skip 3 stitches and make your next treble 3 minus together. You'll do this till you get the 9 loops on your hook. So this row makes the 4 flower petals in the one section. And there's my 9 loops. Pull through, chain 3 to make my chain treble 3 together. Count over 3, and that 4th stitch, make a single crochet. And you end with a single crochet, and you leave 5 double crochets and 2 single crochets of the previous row left unworked. Then you go ahead and repeat row 3 through 8 once more, and then 3 to 4 once more again, or until your desired width of the scarf.
Thanks for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next newest video from City Farmhouse Studio.